Is it the host texting you?
No, it's Kyle Korb.
How do you feel about your teammate, Chris Splenda?
I don't know. I've heard of some promising things. He's a good prospect coming out of the farm system, but we'll see how he handles himself up in the big leagues. There's not a lot of raw tape on this guy.
Chris, how are you feeling coming up on the 7 Downs tournament?
Feel good, although I am a rookie in this league. I will dominate.
How do you feel about your teammate, John Valentino?
I think he was cutting me some slack about to show him what's up.
Is there going to be any animosity towards your teammate?
I don't even know what that word means. What does that mean, John?
That means like any tensions, any bad tensions.
No, not at all.
Joseph, how are you feeling about the tournament today?
I'm feeling like we're going to get this done in about 10 minutes, no longer. We have practice. That's one thing that they don't have. We have practice on our side. There's one thing that matters the most in these tournaments. It's getting down a strategy.
You did say we. How are you feeling about your partner?
I'm thinking that although Adam has shown to be very unuseful and not very optimal in this tournament, I think that he'll suck it up and we'll figure it out. How do you feel about your chances of the upcoming Ping Pong 7 Bounce tournament?
Hey!
He's sleeping on us, Chris.
You know, again, our sophomore year, you guys think the sophomore slump is coming up. That's just not gonna happen. If you guys have seen the reels, Instagram and TikTok, Broken TV Show, you will see me and Joe completed it. It's gonna be easy. Coke, butter, cheese. Barbecue chicken from that.
And Joseph, how are you feeling about the competition today?
They're lightweights. They came to a heavyweight championship, but they're lightweights.
Says Joe. It's on, all right? You're getting shit on. You guys are washed.
Yeah, you guys
You've
said
been in this league too long, and we're gonna put you out of it.
and you guys said you took 45 minutes to do this.
We're gonna do it in 10. They're done. You guys are cooked.
Yeah.
All right, Chris, let's do this. All right, I'm thinking like 15 attempts. All right.
Yeah. Oh, all right.
1, 2, 3. It's all right. 3, 4, 5. All right, sorry. We're getting there. 1.
Ooh. See, currently they're going through the stages of denial. They don't understand that they have a mountain to climb. They get close, but they fall down all the way back again.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh!
It's like Sisyphus pushing the stone up the mountain. And you get further and further and further
Until what happens every time.
failure. Failure.
And they have failed to learn that yet.
We haven't gotten to 6 in a minute. I don't know.
The only thing they're succeeding in is failure.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh! Sorry, we're close. We got this.
Seeing these putrid run by our so-called competition, feel more confident?
I'm feeling like they got nothing on
Nothing?
us. Nothing on us. They came in here thinking they can beat the champs. You can't beat the champs.
Cannot beat the champs.
We're the champs. No matter how hard you might try, you cannot beat the champs.
2, 3, 4, 5. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh.
There's no failure for us.
2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would have been it.
They're not doing good. Yeah, they're not locked in. They're not locked in. They're not like us. They'll never be like us.
Didn't you say it took you 45 minutes on your first try?
No. I'm sure they're talking about. They're trying to convince themselves that they are better than us when they're just not.
You know what we do? We chop the trees!
Sorry.
Keep it going.
Oh my god.
Thought I had that one.
That was literally like a pube away.
These men have a fascination with pubic failure.
3, 4, 4. That was literally an hair away.
They are obsessed with measuring things by pube.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Woo! Let's go, John. 3. No! No!
That was a pube away, bro. 1 pube.
And that's just not something that is condoned within the pro 7 bounce community.
3, 4, 5. Oh my god! Literally a pube.
Bro.
A shaven pube.
But it's not even condoned in nomenclature.
Oh my god.
Come on, keep
Pube
going. We just
too
gotta run it
long.
back.
Can you please explain a little bit further what nomenclature is?
Nomenclature is the speech that we use every day. It was normalized by the Pope during the 17th century, and ever since we've been using the same words that the Pope's been using. For example, skibbity, sigma, riz, and double chunk chocolate cookie. I'm being serious about this. This is not a laughing matter.
That was another pube. Another pube.
Another pubic hair.
There's too many pubes.
2, 3, 4, 5.
As a pro 7-bounce baller, I am just overwhelmed by the amount of women that I get on a daily basis. As a 7 skilled oddball bouncer, I get to do the 7th bounce, which really racks me in the women. I will say that when you're a 7-ball bouncer and you're the 7th bouncer, an odd bouncer, you are the alpha of the group. The alpha. I feel bad because I think about my partner who gets to be known as the beta of the group. It hurts me to see the lack of women that he possesses, and sometimes I go home and cry and I think about that because I'm a charismatic, nice guy.
What a humble guy you are, Joe.
You were explaining to me a little bit about
Coming into this competition, as you may know, there's currently in the ping pong 7-bounce tournament a gender wage gap. Female bouncers get almost 40% less on the dollar than male bouncers.
You're kidding.
I'm not joking. How do you feel about this inequality?
You know, in America, I thought progressivism has gotten to such a point that we don't have to deal with such malarkey, such as this. The fact that as a society today, we're still dealing with the harsh punishments that our ancestors have bestowed upon us.
What are you talking
The
about?
gender wage gap.
Earlier, again, in your Lamborghini, that was hard for you to fit in, you were telling me about your girl issue, about you being the 7th bouncer, the oddball bouncer.
Oddball bouncer.
And you referred to it in a way that stuck in my head. I remember you saying that you're drowning while your brothers out here are dying of thirst.
Yeah.
Is that correct? Would you like to go a little bit deeper on what that means?
Well, in the Congo, sometimes I go with my ball bouncing partner, Adam. It's just when you're walking around in public, the women are just scared.
Is it almost gravitational?
It's gravitational. It's the force because I have a 6'4" frame and you're like what 5'5". Since I have like a 6'4" frame and my partner Adam is at least 4'11", there's just a compulsion, a physical like they run to me and they're just scared of Mr. Adam. It's almost like they can't see him.
Yeah.
It's really unfortunate because I appreciate him and I see him. They don't understand the beta, the step stool to your success, you know? Without someone bouncing the ball an even amount of times, you're nothing. You can't bounce an odd ball without the even ball. Actually, it's not even true. You can bounce it one time. So when you really think about it, who needs an even baller?
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, one too many.
You know, I heard that my teammate was talking that there really isn't a yin-yang connection, that there isn't unity between a partnership here.
Oh.
A lot about how that there really isn't a yin-yang connection, that there isn't unity between a partnership.
5.
That he's saying that the oddball
Let's go.
doesn't necessarily.
Yes! Let's go!
Took him long enough.
How much time are we at?
I'm going odd, and he's going even.
These two bozos, they won a lot. But, you know, as you guys saw on one of the
1, 2, 3.
45 minutes.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1.
All right, John, how do you feel about our performance?
You know, I feel like we did extremely well for our first try. You know, these two bozos, they were talking a lot of. But, you know, as you guys saw on one of the previous videos, it took them 45 minutes to get it on their first try. This is our first time ever doing this. You know, Joe said 25, 27 minutes. I don't think that's bad, you know?
1, 2, 3. 1, 2.
I actually don't know what I'm doing. I actually don't know what I'm doing.
1.
I heard them talking about strategy. I'm just not seeing the strategy, you know? Like, Joe's supposed to be that odd bouncer.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like they could pass 4.
You know?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
If we put their game
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1.
As a rookie in this league, tell me about your trip up to the pros, up to the Pro 7-Ball League.
Well, you know, back in college, it's very different. Everyone's more a little laid back. Everyone's not really in that competitive spirit. But then, you know, getting drafted first overall, it's very different. Coming in here, everyone's more competitive. Everyone's a lot more talking. But these mofos don't even know what they're doing. They can't even get past 4. You know what I mean?
So you thought the competition would be a little steeper coming from college to the big leagues?
Yeah, a lot steeper.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1.
They're not really putting their whole heart and soul into this like they classify that they do. You know, with going to Congo, going to wherever.
So you're saying you like to play the white man's game? Really?
Yeah, I like to play the white man's game, attract the white chicks, attract the Latinos, you know. Unlike Trump kicking them out, I'm bringing them in.
Yeah, all right, I like that.
Not illegally though.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1.
Joe mentioned that he took a nice trip to Africa and learned from all the beautiful black bouncers down there. What about you? Have you done anything like that?
I actually have not traveled to Africa. I have traveled to Germany.
Oh,
Germany was on my to-do list. They know how to get it down better than the Africans, I would
what
say.
did
1, 2. 1, 2. 1. 1, 1, 2.
As you heard Adam previously talk about the gender wage cap, what are your thoughts on genocide?
That was a really weird switch up.
I think it depends on the circumstance. I mean, like, Germany in World War II, I mean, like, that's inexcusable, you know? I'm a big Ashkenazi Jew guy, you know, got my boys, repping my boys in Europe, and it's really unfortunate what happened to them. You know, Andrew Jackson is a role model of mine. And I hope one day in the future I'll have the opportunity to do something like he did.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
How does it feel being a junior in this sport?
Adam, what was that? You'll never be alpha.
Yeah, I don't know what they're talking about with this alpha beta. You just gotta have a nice symbiosis with your teammate, you know? The less you yell at them, the better, you know? They're disappointed, you're angry, you tell them to get back up, you go right back. It's a team sport, after all. Whether you're good at the odd balls or the even balls, you know, you need both of them to win. And that's what Joe fails to realize, and that's why they're not gonna do good.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Twice through. 1.
Where did you go to college, and how was the competition over there?
I played 7 ball at my alma mater, UConn. They weren't too big of a program, but that's not why I went. I picked up the sport as I went. I fell in love with it, and I was a walk-on. You know, it's a really great story. Joined the team, I worked my butt off, and I earned that scholarship, and I earned that draft pick, and I earned that ability to go pro, and that's how we're here today on the biggest stage. Any draft pick, any opportunity to make my mark on the league, I would have taken, and I did.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's close. 1.
So Chris, you know, here in America, politics is, you know, always a big deal. As one of the young stars in our league, I'm sure you're a role model for a lot of young kids out there looking to get into the game, or just fans in general that watch. How do you feel about the election of our president, Daniel Jones?
You know, I think he was a better pick in my opinion. You know, Joe Rogan was just not getting the job done. You know, a lot of murders, a lot of people trying to take over little gangs. But Daniel Jones has really put his foot in the ground in his first term, and he's really doing it again in the second term.
Why are they getting so political?
I know, they really are.
We make jokes about like the Congo, and they're talking about like gender.
Can't even get past 5.
He's talking about our president, Daniel Jones.
Yeah, over Joe Rogan, who did a terrible job at his presidency this year.
Okay. Let's get back to your wasting our time.
Although you're out in public a lot, you know, signing memorabilia and all this.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the homeless people out there?
Oh, I mean, really, it's the same thing I was talking about with all of those poor Palestinian 7-ball players, you know? There's a huge number of them, and they're living out on the streets, and, you know, what little resources that they can manage to scrounge together has to go to keeping themselves alive, instead of investing that back into their 7-ball potential. Like I said, you know, we see this story all the time, you know, they find Kurt Warner working at a grocery store, playing arena football. You find the best of talent in the most obscure of places.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We did it!
Ah.
We did it! Come over here! Come over here!
Post game, how are you feeling about your performance? How you feeling about the team performance?
You know, honestly, I'm feeling pretty great. I feel like for our first try, we had, you know, there was a learning curve there.
As a rookie, I felt very comfortable coming in here. I was feeling very saucy. I was feeling very loose, very ready.
But I think once we figured out that strategy, like, you know, who's odd, who's even, you know, how to bounce, the angle to bounce the ball, you know, the force to give it. Once we figured that out, we really nailed it. And I think the tapes will show that.
We felt smooth in the beginning. You know, we were getting those 1s and 2s and 3s, but really those 5s and 6s is what really got us in the beginning.
I mean, you know, we're we're first-time teammates. The team chemistry at the beginning wasn't exactly there.
We did build more confidence along the way and everything, but I think the main issue that we had in the beginning was using the space. When we would get to those 4s and 5s, we would really cut down on the space available on the table given to us. We would really go over the table instead of using the edge to help us, give us more space and more rhythm.
We were falling down, picking each other back up. That bond, that chemistry built, and once the chemistry built, the rhythm just, made itself.
I'm interested in knowing who was the alpha and who was the beta.
There is no alpha, Joe. There is no beta.
How are you feeling? Just you, yourself, overall performance. Rated out of 10. Actually, no. If you had to rate it out of a scale of an IHOP breakfast, what would it be?
Well, I don't really go to IHOP, but I would pick the meal that gives you the 3 pancakes, the eggs, and you could pick either bacon or you could pick the hash browns.
Again, your answer, is that just, again, because you like the food? Is it because you think the food's an 8.5 out of 10, or is it because there's a deeper meaning behind it?
It has a deeper meaning. A bigger meaning than that. You got the 3 pancakes, you got each pancake can represent breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you know what I mean? And then of course you have to go with your complimentary eggs. But on top of that, instead of adding the syrup just to the pancakes, you also add it to the eggs. It makes it perfect. And then instead of the hash browns, you go with the bacon.
I don't think there's any top dog in this league that we couldn't take down.
How do you feel about the performance coming into this, and how do you feel about your teammate overall?
Like you said, I'm feeling saucy, I'm feeling loose, I'm feeling confident.
Oh, so very not original.
Very not original, yeah, I will just say that straight up.
Well, I feel like coming out of this, I feel like there's a clear winner. There always was a clear winner from the beginning, and it was never going to be someone who was a rookie in our league or some old washed hag of the league. He came into the league about 1987. This man is washed, too far gone, and he's done. And this man teaming up with the youngest player in the league, they had nothing on us.
Me, my teammate, we worked hard, we fought through it all, and eventually, we got it done.
And about my teammate, Adam worked perfectly as a beta in our group. The absolute beta-ness that he was able to emit while we were playing our 7 bounce tournament was impeccable. I am very proud of his ability to show off how beta he was in this tournament. We would not be able to have won without him. Listen, to every alpha, there's a beta, and I'm crowned the king once again.
Why do you try to put yourself above him
this
in this situation?
The 7 bounce tournament is a dog-eat-dog world. If you're not gonna be above the rest, then you're not gonna be above the rest. If it takes me to put people in their place, then I'll do it.
Adam, I know. First of all, congratulations on the performance today. It was great. So I know we had some reports coming in about a potential move for you after this win and the last win. You become a big star in this league. Would you care to comment on that?
Really, after a big game like this, I wasn't expecting pressure such as this. If the mainstream media is starting to know about the allegations, then I will just go out. I will talk about what's happening here in my organization. Sometimes it's hard having somebody that you grow up with in this league. You grew up with a rookie, you worked your way to the top. Sometimes they get bigoted. They think too much of themselves. Sometimes they start comparing it alpha to beta, and by then, it gets too much. And when we get to the conversation, beta and alpha, something that's been talked upon a lot since I've heard in these post-game press conferences, I really have decided about it for a while. Even during my game, as confident as I was in my performance, confident I was in my partner's performance, I think this time I'm gonna take my talents down to South Beach, and I'm leaving this organization. So although we did come out with a fantastic win today, I think it's time for me to move on to the next chapter of my life.
Now that you say you're going to the South Beach and leaving Cleveland, who are you trying to team up down there in South Beach?
Again, I had to leave again eventually because of the harsh locker room environment, we could say, the chitter chatter that was happening. But you grow a bond with them after time, seeing them, their tighty whities, doing what they have to do, and hearing his stories of Africa, hearing his stories of the Congo, and all the women he met along the way. I know there's better women in South Beach. And in South Beach, there's also the one and only John Valentino and Christopher Valente duo. And that is why I'm joining you guys!